When a man wants to make his wife happy, he's going to figure out to make something work. If you really want to figure something out, you'll figure it out. If you don't, quit. But everyone quits.
Just need the right employees with the right buy-in.
Do that immediately. That's a no-brainer. I'm sitting here with Chris Lane from Lane Roofing out of Delaware. Chris Lane, welcome, my man. Thank you, Chris. Come on, we're bringing some energy today. Chris is a very serious guy, very serious, but we're going to break through that shell today. How does that sound, Chris?
All right, let's do it.
So let's talk about Lane Roofing. You guys about $3.5 million company right now, correct? Been around for what, about 30, 35 years?
30 years.
You fired the fuck up about that?
Yeah. I'm fired up about being here. How's that?
There you go. I like that. Let's talk about your company. You guys do commercial and residential?
Yes.
How much in 50-50?
No, we're probably 70-80% commercial right now.
You're trying to get to that residential space, ain't you?
Yeah, we did a lot before, trying to get back into it, yeah.
What do you think is the hardest thing about, because a lot of guys in roofing tend to go to one thing or another, and I'm assuming you want to sell your company eventually, right? You know, and there's really not a big buying pool for the commercial space, especially at that number. You have to be a lot bigger to get bought there. But the residential multiplier is nice. Is that what's making you go into its residential space again?
Yeah, and once I sell it and once I'm out of it, I can still do the commercial, which I like that.
Oh, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Talk to me about what made you join the winner's circle. You came up, you know, what was funny about me and Chris is Bill Cormier is a mutual friend of ours. Bill's like my dad, one of my closest friends. And I think I called you like probably 2 years ago, right when I was starting to do the roll-up a month, right? Did I call you?
You did, yeah.
And I was like, oh, Chris, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Bill speaks really highly of you. I think you told me to go pound the fucking old proverbial highway, something like that.
I did not.
Something like that.
I was in a different spot. Before Bill had told me you were going to call. And I'm thinking, this guy just wants me to sell my business. I'm like, what would I do if I sold my business? You know?
But that wasn't the case at all. I was just, I remember because it was literally like a 1 minute conversation, maybe 2 minutes. Do you remember? Like, it was like not long at all. And I was like, all right, Bill, I'm like, he has no interest in doing what we're doing. And Bill's like, man, he could really use it though, Lance. Like, this guy wants to fucking sell his company eventually and grow it. I'm like, Bill, I'm not going to. And then about a year and a half later, I don't know how you got to one of our shop tours or masterminds, but that's how you walked through our doors somewhere, right? How did you get there?
For sales and growth. And how did I get there? I guess honestly, a lot of it was your force of personality. I started watching you and some of your videos and stuff. I talked to you again, and I thought, this guy has something I can learn.
Oh, you were following on social media? Okay. I wonder, I said, how did he wind up at our shop tour that day? And you knew Ethan from Beacon.
Yeah, don't know him well, but I do know him. Good guy.
Yeah, he's one of he obviously, I consider him a friend. He's really helped me out in this space, understanding. And that's where like people argue about ABC, Beacon, or SRS. And I think all three are good companies. I do. I think it comes down to which person you have the relationship with from one of those companies. What do you think?
I think that's true. And they follow it up with the service. What do you need? You get your invoicing correctly. That's a good thing. That's always a plus. Not always the case.
Well, I mean, that's all of them make problems with the invoicing. They all do.
You need the guy that straightens it out for you.
You do. What do you think your biggest challenges have been? You know, you've been around for 30 years. I think you've seen all my companies grow. AC Planet Roof's going to do $2.5 million this month. We're not even a year in, all retail. What do you think your biggest challenge of growth has been?
Lack of sales. It isn't my strength. My strength is technical roofing and business. Sales, not so much. I've never been a salesman. I'm not good at it. I'll hire some good salesmen. Lucked into it. Made a lot of money at various points in my career. So I'm here to learn from you about sales and marketing. That's what I need.
You've been to the top and you've been to the bottom. You've been like your story is very similar to a lot of people. Most people don't realize most people that are successful have dropped and lost it all. Can you talk about that? Because I know you probably feel uncomfortable at first, but you ain't the only one that's lost it all. I've lost it all. I mean, a lot of people have lost it all. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, back in 2009, 2010, we were killing it. We were doing well. We were doing over $4 million a year in the mid 2000s. I was making a lot of money. It was good. Bought a big house, moved into the house. Bottom dropped out of the economy around 2009, 2010. I really went through it. I went through a bankruptcy. I had far more overhead than I had business all of a sudden. And there was no good way to just cut that overhead in time before things collapsed. I went through, I don't know, a period of at least a year where every weekday morning, I'd wake up, open up my front door. I got double doors. I'd open up the one door, look at the other door, and see if there's a foreclosure notice stuck to that door. And twice there was.
Did you lose the house eventually?
I did not. I bought it out at the last minute by cashing out the 401k that I'd started when I was successful. I still have the house today, so.
How much stress? I mean, do you believe, because people will tell you if you own your own business, you have freedom, you get to make your own hours. Do you think that's bullshit?
That hasn't been my experience. I don't make my own hours. You got to get up and get on it, You can do what you want, and the foreclosure notice will be on the door. That's all.
It's comical that people think that because, so I started the Winner's Circle, and most people don't know what the Winner's Circle is because it's brand new. It's a coaching group, and the first coaching session was only 10 people. And that's what we put in. I have no problem saying it's $100,000 to people. Like people, if I was going to do it, I clearly don't need the money. I wanted serious people that want to grow their business, that want to be committed. And I think when people go committed with $100,000, they're committed, right? It shows you're serious, right? But the biggest thing that people get from hanging out with other winners is that mindset. What's that mindset like in that room right now? Is everyone locked in? Tell us all about the mindset in that room.
Everyone's locked in. There's a very positive attitude. There's a very positive energy. And a lot of good information there too. But the culture that I think you've built is just, you don't see a whole lot of that. Hoping to implement more of that in my own business, that positive culture, that positive energy.
Everything's positive in my life. Listen, I tell people this, I had such a shitty childhood, I'm not going to have a shitty adulthood. But I know it sounds fucked up, right? Like I was so insecure as a kid. I used to think about suicide, insecurities. I mean, you name it just as a child. I was like, there's no way my adulthood is going to be this. Because it's all going to work out. Look at you. You had foreclosure signs on your front door. You figured it out. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, if you really want to figure something out, you'll figure it out if you don't quit.
Yeah, don't quit.
Don't quit. But everyone quits. Everyone makes excuses. Here's a question for you, Chris. What do you think your biggest attribute? Your business has been around for 30 years. Your reviews online are good. We got to get more online reviews, but they're good. What do you think is what's made you successful? Because most roofing companies do not last 30 years. You and I both know that. The average roofing company, I think, what's it like 3.5, 4 years, something like that now? It's under 10 for sure. Why do you think you'll be able to sustain 30 years?
Well, part of it is I make sure that the roofing gets done right. And even during the downturn, you got to stand behind your what you do. You got to stand behind your work. We get a warranty call. I was the last one left in the company. I'd go out, put a tool belt on, and fix the roof because that's what I owe them. You know what I mean? That makes a difference.
Here's a question for you. You've never been married. You never had kids. And we talked about this. I told you my wife's probably the biggest, as an adult, the last 10 years of my life has probably been the biggest impact. My guiding light, my North Star, like I tell everyone, do you think having that faith in God or a wife, because I know you're not married, but I think you are religious, correct? Or not, Roy?
I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
Spiritual. Do you think maybe if Chris would have got married and had a family, that things would be a little, or do you think, nah, that's just not for Chris?
Chris didn't have a great childhood either in some respects. So I think if I got married, I'd be divorced at this point once, twice, 3 times, or whatever.
So you never want to get divorced?
I never wanted to be divorced.
I'm divorced. Most people don't know that. Did you know that, Neary?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of quick.
I think my marriage lasts, and don't hold me to this. I was so, and I can't say a bad word about the woman herself because she's a great woman. I would never say a negative word about her or her family. It just wasn't meant to, but it just wasn't us, right? Like, but I remember I got married. I went on my honeymoon, came back, and my first 90 days of my marriage, I was literally out of town 80 days working at AT&T. And then obviously my brother Joe died, and that's the day we just separated. But I think my marriage lasts less than 90 days, 110 days, something like that. It was definitely less than 6 months. And, you know, you are right. It's probably her childhood, my childhood. But I look at it this way, like, that wasn't a real marriage. But, yeah, I mean, shit happens, man. You can't be afraid of that. I mean, you're a good-looking guy. How old are you now?
60.
Yeah, you ain't getting married. You're 60 years old. You ain't married yet. You're built, good looking, and you got money. You ain't getting married. That's off the table for you, ain't it?
I don't know. If I met the right one, maybe.
It's been 60 years you haven't met the right one.
That's correct.
Do you think it's them or you?
Yes, it's probably me, yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Let's keep it real here. So you were trying to get into the residential space again. What do you think your biggest hurdle has been not to jump into the residential space?
Back with the sales and marketing. I went through it all back in the mid-2000s. Hired the consultants. I had a guy write a presentation just for my company. Had him come in and train my sales guys. Train it, try to follow up with it. Did you give the presentation? Did you close? Did you try this close? And I did all that. I'm not really that guy. It's not it's not my skill set. But we gave it a pretty good shot. And it failed, man. After that, I was looking for the foreclosure notices.
Yeah. Have you thought about bringing in a partner? I mean, I can't go to Delaware, so I would love to partner with you. I think you're a great guy, but I can't go to Delaware.
I don't know if I need a partner or if I just need the right employees with the right buy-in. You know, give them a piece of it and have them come in and
do that immediately. That's a no-brainer.
Okay.
You see all my people have equity.
Yeah, I do.
Every one of them. And they don't seem like they mind being here, do they?
No, they all love it.
I mean, and we have bad days. We have bad days. But you see, I really don't manage any of them, do I? I'm very out of it.
You don't have to manage them. So.
And that's what you need. And that's, if you I have entrepreneurs under me. All my people are entrepreneurs. People that never went on their own, but they're still entrepreneurial. I just truly believe that. What made you join the winner's circle? What made you say, because you didn't hesitate. You were like, fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah, I thought about it before you told me.
What made you?
I need that sales and marketing piece, and I wanted some of that energy that you guys got.
You want some of that energy I got?
Yeah.
Here, pull some out of my blood.
They're going to work?
It's funny. My buddy Bruce Clay said, Lance, man, it seems like someone just took a battery pack, stuck it up your ass, and never got turned off. Everybody says I have energy, but I really don't think I have that much energy.
Well, you made it work.
I made it work?
Made it work, yeah.
Listen, I surrounded myself with the right people. I said it to you guys all yesterday. I'm just fortunate I get to be called a leader. My leadership team is way better, way smarter than I ever have. I'm fortunate. It's always been that way my whole life. All the companies I've been to, Verizon, AT&T, here on my own, everywhere, I've been blessed to have great people around me. Like, that's the one thing I want to tell you, Chris. You got to get great people around you, and your whole life changes. It's crazy how it changes.
That's a function of how you recruit, right?
I don't even consider recruitment. I'm friends with, like, I'll give you an example, right? Jim Evans, right? He's been here for probably 9 months now, right? I told you I hired him, right? I told you, right? Yesterday, he was driving in the gym. I said, come just turn around, get your shorts, and come to my house, right? I never met this fucking guy. I said, come work out with me for 30 minutes, right? I knew after that 30 minutes I was hired. I asked him a few simple questions. What's the most important thing to you? 2 children. His one son's autistic. I hope you don't mind me putting that out there, Jim, but I think you're pretty public about it. I saw the way he talked about his children. I knew he had his why. Like, that why was there, right? Then I was like, all right, he's a man's man. You can just tell. You can tell a man's man, right? This guy's going to be able to handle the pressure of Lance Bachman and that winning attitude, right? Like he's not going to be a little wallflower daisy. He's not going to break, right? 3, I knew he'd care because all he wants to do is make his wife happy. When a man wants to make his wife happy, he's going to fucking figure out to make something work. And you've seen his growth. He runs our whole entire production team. And now you become friends with people, and he's coming in his family spending Memorial Day weekend down my shore house. So he's no longer an employee. I don't even consider him that. I consider him a friend. I enjoy being around him. I enjoy talking to him. And I think that's where it changes for everyone here. Me and Neary travel so much together, me and Jacob. I mean, we went to Florida, me and Jacob, 3 weeks ago, I was speaking.
Yeah.
Me and Jacob just went there by ourselves and hung out for 2 hours. I think that's where that we were talking about the recruiting comes from. I'm not really recruiting. It just kind of transforms and morphs near right.
We're in Vegas.
Yeah, we're
Creative for LJ.
Yeah, and we're just hanging out. He's hanging out with my son. But everyone just becomes friendly. It's no longer like, this is Lance, my boss. This is fucking Lance.
You got a way of bringing out the best in people, with what I say.
I think everyone has that if you want to. Make sense? You know, what's your experience been day 1 in there, Chris? Day 1 in the winner's circle, you're on day 2. What's your experience been? Have you ever done anything like this? Have you ever been part of something like this?
No, that was first time.
What do you think of it?
I think it's great. I'm excited about the future, and I'm excited about being here with these people.
How's the information?
The information's excellent. A lot of new technology, a lot of reinventing the wheel. I'm hoping I don't have to do.
Well, you're going to have to. I ain't going to bullshit you. Listen, we were on a call the other day. The guy said to me, one department with me goes, I think I told you, where are this fucking nitwits from?
Yeah, they said a lot of stuff, but basically he was like, we all want to leave.
No, but where were they from? Baton Rouge. My guys down in Baton Rouge, I'm not going to say who you are. 3 owners go, we don't want nothing to change. We want to leave, and we don't want to bring technology in, and we want our whole entire staff to stay, but we want nothing to change. I said, well, why would I partner with you? When you go to Best Buy, if you bought a TV and they told you how to watch what channel to watch, would you buy the TV? They're like, no. I said, well, why would I partner with you? What makes me great at partnering with people is I come in and I change things. That's why you partner with me. We're going to hit the jets. You don't partner with me to stay the same.
Makes sense to me.
Huh?
Makes sense to me.
Chris, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, brother.